I did it. That was my thought the moment I saw my number on the list of entrance examination results. This is how I knew I got into the high school I wanted and how my gap year was over. I'm half Russian and I was born and raised in Russia. I moved here in August 2 years ago and went to Japanese junior high school for only 6 months. Many things were new for me and I was pretty overwhelmed by everything I wasn't aware of in Japan. So I wasn't in the best condition for preparing for exams, therefore I didn't do well. I had to decide whether I was going to go to another high school or if I would try again next year. It was not an easy decision to take a year off, but I had many things I wanted to do specifically in that high school, and I didn't want to go to high school without basic knowledge of Japanese education system. This is how I became what is called Ronin-sei in Japanese. That word usually doesn't have a positive meaning, giving the impression of someone who failed or is wasting a year just studying. But I didn't want it to be that way. I thought I could do much more if I was interpreting it as a chance that I was given to learn more about Tottori and connect with people here. On the other hand, the concept of a gap year, where some students would take a year off to travel, volunteer, or get a work experience, is not seen in a negative way. And lots of studies have shown how beneficial a gap year can be. For example, it helps students learn how to interact with people from backgrounds and cultures different from their own, or increase maturity and improve self-confidence. According to the Gap Year Association, in the United Kingdom and in the United States, students who had taken a gap year were more likely to graduate with higher grade point averages than observationally identical individuals who went straight to college. This effect was even seen for students who had lower academic achievements in high school. The reason for this is believed to be because they have an understanding of what they want from the university and they gained motivation through their experience during the gap year. I felt similar things through my experience as well. That year, in addition to studying, I volunteered at a free school for 9 months, spending a lot of time with different kids. There, I learned about developmental disabilities, which is something I want to learn more about in the future. That also helped me realize that public education is not the only option for children, and there are plenty of places where you can learn through experience. I also had a part-time job at Yazu Tourism Association, where I got to be a Yazukan, which is a Yazu representative character, and went to the pottery classes, mainly for elderly people. In all of these experiences, I had a chance to talk with many people of different ages, lifestyles, and backgrounds, expanding my perspective. That helped me a lot reflect about myself and form my own opinion about many things in society. Nowadays, we're told that we need to hurry to reach our goals and become successful as soon as possible. But even if you're just exploring your hobby or taking time to yourself, it can still help you discover something about yourself. In my opinion, teenagers are the only people who can actually afford that. As we're this young, we're often mistakenly sure that we're missing out on something important. But is that so? I hope gap year will be normalized not only in Japan, but all over the world, so young people will be given the opportunity if they want to take some time and decide what they really want to do. If someone is having a hard time at the moment, I suggest looking at it from a different perspective, thinking of it as a gap year. Thank you for listening.